Hello everyone, hope all is well and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this look that is perfect for the holiday parties. I wanted to keep this more on the classic side, so it'd be perfect to wear at family parties as well as office parties or whatever it is. I added a little bit of a glitter twist just to add a little bit of a unique twist. Of course, I had to pair it with a red lip because a red lip is so classic to the holidays, and I decided to go glossy because I find that to be a little bit more flattering in party situations. When you're taking a lot of photos, it makes your lips look a little bit bigger and a lot more hydrated. So before we get into the tutorial, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It means so much to me, and let's get started. For my foundation, I wanted to pull out the Pat McGrath Skin Finish Sublime Perfection foundation because I'm going to Hawaii soon and I'm not going to be able to wear this foundation for a while because I'm not going to match it. So I thought I would pull it out, and also I haven't used it in a hot second. So I'm just going to apply this with this Artiste brush. This is the Oval 7. And I already have some moisturizer down, and I didn't really feel like priming my skin today because I don't really feel like I need it. I just need that extra moisture. And for my concealer, I'm going to go in with the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer, and I have the shade L3-4. I'm just going to apply a little bit of that because I don't want it to be super stark and blanked out on under my eyes, since this is more of a full coverage concealer and my foundation is a little bit more on the medium to light side. And I'm just going to quickly go do my brows off camera, and I'll be right back. For my bronzer, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Tan Tour in the shade Fair. And I'm just going to quickly warm up the face using this. If you're newer here, I like to apply my bronzers and things like that directly onto the bone itself, not under it, because I like to have a lifted appearance to my cheeks, because I find if I put the product directly into the hollows of my cheeks, I look a little bit sunken and a little bit more sad. So I just like to have that lifted appearance to make it look a little bit more youthful and things like that. And also I do circular motions while blending out these products because I just want like a rounded effect instead of just a line, because that will look very detectable to the eye, because in nature there are no straight lines. So always a rounded effect will always look a little bit more natural and a little bit less detectable and off. And I always like to add a little bit of bronzer on my nose just because that's like where the sun will naturally hit you, and I just think it just ties in the face a lot better. I don't like having a super bright center of the face, so I always just add a little bit on the nose, plus it's kind of cute. For my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Guerlain Terracotta Stick in the shade Gold, and this is one of my recent favorites. I've loved it so much over the past few months. It's just so warm and easy to apply. It's a very unique texture to it because it is a stick, so you'd think it'd be a little bit more emollient, but it turns into a powder once it touches the skin. Even though it's a powdery finish once it's on the skin, it just looks like a cream does as well. It doesn't accentuate any texture or anything, it just has the benefits of both cream and powder, and just so flattering. I love this thing so much. And for my blush, I decided to go with the Nude Sticks Nudies in the shade In the Nude. I think will pair nicely with a red lip because I'm planning on doing like a glossy red lip or a matte red lip. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see after the eyes, but this one is kind of like a muted corally shade but has some brown in it and more warm tones like that, so I think it would just be nice matched with like a red lip. I don't know. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this to my nose and my cheeks. Good morning. And I'm just going to blend this out with this BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm kind of just stamping that in place just to kind of work that cream in, because I don't really want to remove the pigmentation. I find that this works best with creams just because it just like kind of works it into the skin a little bit better. I find that if I swipe with creams, it kind of tends to pick up foundation and whatever I have underneath of it. And I kind of dab my brush over my highlighter as well, just so that my highlighter looks like it's coming from within and not sitting on top. Now moving on to the eyeballs. I wanted to keep this a little bit more chill, on the more chill side, not too extravagant so it would look good in pictures, but it has a little bit of a twist so it's a little bit more fun. But I just wanted something that you could wear to a holiday party or your family Christmas party or whatever it may be. I just wanted to keep it a little bit more subtle. And I was looking through my drawer and I didn't really know what palette I wanted to use, but I saw my Pat McGrath palettes, and these just look like the most holiday appropriate palettes, especially the Mothership 5. So I might use that one today. Don't these just look like Christmas in a palette? I don't know. And I haven't used these in a really long time. I just saw them in my drawer. I haven't picked them out in a long time, and Pat McGrath does not deserve to be sitting in a drawer. And I know these are super expensive. I'm gonna get those comments, but I paid for this one myself and I'm Canadian, so it was even more expensive. It was like $170, and I just don't want it to just rot in my drawer without being used. But you can use whatever neutrals you have in your drawer. I'm just going to be using these two for sure, and maybe something else in here. They're quite basic neutrals, the ones I'm going to be using, so you can definitely find something in your collection if you do not have this. And I'm trying to do a look that is widely available to your collection as well. I just wanted to pull this out for myself. So the first shade I'm going to be dipping into is Entrapment with a Smith 232, and I'm blending this into the crease. And then with a Smith 230, I'm taking the same shade and just building that up a little bit more on the outer corner and kind of building up the actual crease a little bit just to bring those eyes out. Now I'm going to be dipping into the shade Disobedient with the Smith 253. It's a chocolatey neutral shade, and I'm going to pack it onto the outer corner to begin with. And then I'm going to take this Nabla pointed crease brush, which is a smaller blending brush, just to start blending those two shades together. Now with my finger, I'm going to be taking the shade Guilty Pleasure. It has some gold and silver hints in it, so I thought it'd be perfect for the glitter I'm going to be adding in a minute. But first I'm going to be applying this kind of sheer to the whole lid, patting the edges just so that those glitters kind of blend evenly into that Disobedient shade. And then I'm going to pack it on with this Nabla lash line smudger brush, and I'm going to pack that on more near the lash line so that's the most intense. And now I'm going to add a winged eyeliner with the Melt Immortal gel eyeliner. This is my new favorite gel liner. It's the best one I've ever worked with. It's so easy and creamy to go in. And I like to do this before I continue on the lower lash line, just so that I can clean it up if I make any mistakes. Now to finish the lower lash line, I'm taking the Smith 253 again with the Disobedient shade, and I'm bringing that 2/3 of the way across my lower lash line. And then I'm just going to wipe that off on my makeup towel and then add the first shade we went into And just add that in the inner corner so it's a little bit more soft. For the inner corner highlight, I'm just taking the highlighter I used on my face, the Gamma Terracotta one, just to tie in the rest of the face to the eyes. And then for the holiday twist, I wanted a little bit of glitter, like I needed to for a holiday look. I'm going to take this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. It has silver and gold glitter in it. And I just kind of took that on the lower lashes. And then I also took that on the tail end of my liner right on top, kind of tracing it. So the trick with these is that I let it dry, especially for this end right here. I let it dry down and then I add another layer so it's a little bit more intense. I made the mistake of looking up while it was drying down, and a trick to remove the glitter that has stuck to your eyeshadow is just take a little spoolie and flick it off. And if you also went on top of your liner a little bit with that, with the glitter, I just take your brush that you applied your liner with and just go on top of it and sharpen it up again. I'm just going to quickly add some lashes and mascara and I'll show you the final look. And here are the eyes all finished. It came out a lot more fun than I had in mind. Love the little glitter details. I think it just adds a little bit of something different for the holiday season and a little bit more simple so you can still wear it with your family or at office parties or things like that. If you'd like to see more holiday looks that are a little bit more outside the box, I would love to do so. Just let me know. But now let's move on to the lips. I'm having a little bit of a struggle with picking a red for this look because I have so many favorite reds. So let me know if you'd like to see a video of all my favorite holiday red lipsticks, because I do find it a little bit tricky to find a good one. So I have a lot here that I love so much. So let me know if you'd like to see a video on these ones. But I think for this look I wanted to have the red aspect, but not it being super matte or very opaque, since the eyes are a little bit more heavy, since I like to have a more heavy eye if I'm taking a lot of pictures. And when I'm taking a lot of pictures, I do prefer to have a more glossy lip, because then it makes your lips look a little bit bigger. It won't get on your teeth as much, it won't bleed anywhere, it won't have any of those issues, and you don't have to really worry about it wearing off weird or crumbling off if it's a liquid lipstick. Glosses will just fade off nicely and you don't really have to worry about it. You can just quickly add some more if you need to in the bathroom, whereas other lipsticks are a little bit more of a hassle for party type situations. So I have three glosses here that I do really like. I have the Glossy red gloss that is very sheer red but still has a little bit of that tint, and then I also have the Nude Sticks lip glacé in the shade Nude Cherry 00, and this Hourglass one that I think I'm leaning towards just because this is a little bit more opaque. Here, I'll quickly swatch them. It's like a really nice gradient here. So here's the Hourglass one, here's the Nude Sticks one, and here's the Glossy one. And I'm gonna go with this one just because it matches my sweater a little bit more. This is the Hourglass Unreal Gloss in the shade Icon. This gloss formula is really nice because it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's going to keep you hydrated and make your lips look a little bit more plumped as well, which is great for pictures. And here is the final look. I really love it. It's very holiday appropriate. Let me know if you'd like to see my favorite red lipsticks video as well as more holiday looks, because I would be so happy to do that for you. That is all for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a like. It would help me out so much. I'll make sure to link everything I mentioned in today's video in the description box down below as always. And before I go, I would love for you to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!